Hello class, my name is Matthew McGlynn. Today's date is March 24th, 2018, and I am recording this presentation from Glassboro, New Jersey. This presentation is about the elements of environmental management of Yellowstone bison and will be used to develop the adaptive management plan for them. The vision statement for this project is as follows. The Yellowstone Bison Adaptive Management Plan is designed to develop and maintain a sustainable ecosystem for Yellowstone bison using best practices, science, and community partnerships. This plan will create the best possible outcomes for the bison, stakeholders, and the wider public. Some of the stakeholders involved in this adaptive management plan include the National Park Service, the USDA Forest Service, the USDA Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, the Montana Department of Livestock, the Montana Department of Fish and Wildlife, the Confederate Salish and Kootenai Tribes, the Intertribal Buffalo Council, the Nez Perce Tribe, and lastly, the American public. There are three overarching goals for this adaptive management plan. Our first goal is to conserve Yellowstone's habitat and the ecosystem. Our second goal is to create sustainable populations of bison inside Yellowstone National Park. And our third goal is to educate the public about the risk of disease from bison. With our first goal of conservation of Yellowstone habitat, our objective here is to preserve a balanced ecosystem in Yellowstone National Park that does not decimate new forest or grasslands by controlling the number of bison inside Yellowstone National Park. This objective is important because there is much concern about the bison overeating the grasslands and overgrazing the grasslands and possibly eating their way into their own starvation. Our second objective of creating sustainable populations, we would like to continue to maintain a herd of 3,000 to 4,000 bison by allowing them to be hunted outside of the park. Increase bison roaming areas on public lands beyond Yellowstone National Park, while also increasing hunting opportunities via a lottery system to avoid the necessity of slaughterhouses. Currently, when bison are found to have migrated outside of Yellowstone National Park, many of them are taken to slaughterhouses, which there are groups that believe that this is inhumane. One way to avoid using these slaughterhouses is to increase hunting opportunities on public lands outside of Yellowstone National Park. There could also be a special privilege that would be given to Native American tribes in the area, some of our vested stakeholders. Our third goal of educating the public, we could educate local farmers about the misconceptions and reality of brucellosis to increase public tolerance of bison outside of Yellowstone National Park. So the goal here is to allow bison to be treated the same way that elk are in the area. So elk are able to freely migrate, whereas bison is the only animal inside of Yellowstone National Park that cannot freely migrate in and out. Elk and bison both are capable of transmitting brucellosis, which farmers are worried about could decimate their cattle populations. But new research and new science from the past 2 years has revealed that there is a very, very low risk of brucellosis transmission from bison to cattle. Believe it or not, it's actually less than 1%, and there is a higher chance that of a transmission from elk to cattle. The public, the sooner they are made aware of this, the more we can increase public tolerance for bison outside Yellowstone National Park, which could increase their population, increase grazing lands, as well as hunting opportunities and recreation opportunities for people to observe them. The references for this presentation are as follows. Thank you for your time.